I don't know. It overwhelms me. Let's go deeper.
Okay, let's go deeper.
So, you know, I've said this, I've shared this on a few places, but I have this thing of, and I'm trying to get to like, are you conditioned to feel this way, or are these things that you can work through in therapy? Because it happened to you. This is a very crazy fucking moment in my life. I was 10 years old or 11 years old. Wrestling was really big in our group of friends.
Yeah.
And we were in the outfield. I'm sure I've told you the story. And they were I was like the youngest out there, and these guys were doing all the Met wrestling moves on me. And I was just scared because I was the youngest kid. And at one point, they pile drive me, put me in like a figure four leg lock, and a guy took out a pair of scissors. Have I told you a story?
I don't think so.
And he cut my hair. Now, I'm 11. I'm in the outfield. I really honestly was just like, I just don't want to get stabbed in the eye. Like I was just in survival mode.
Yeah.
And I was like, hey, whatever. Oh, okay, that hurt. Like, oh, flip me down. Okay. And like they're doing wrestling moves to me. I'm just trying to get the fuck out of there. I get in the car with my dad. I felt no shame in anything that happened out there. Not even I got my hair cut. Not like bad, but like they cut it's like a wrestling thing.
Yeah.
And my dad got in the car with me, and I was sitting in the front seat. I was oblivious, and my dad goes, "They cut your fucking hair?" And I was like, "Oh yeah." And he goes, "Weren't you humiliated? How the fuck could you let them do that?" And then I felt shame.
Yeah, sure.
Then I felt shame. I didn't feel it. I was like, "Fuck it, dude. Let's just survive."
Yeah.
And then in that moment, I was like, "Fuck." And then that has stuck with me my entire life. And it's a mantra that I've said. It's when when Ari drugged me, it was you think I'm weak, and because in my life I'm always just trying to like not stir the boat. I don't like confrontation, so I don't want to stir the water. I just go. I don't want to stir the pot. I've said fucking 9 things different, but like I don't want to stir the pot. I don't want to like get into it. And like there have been people specifically who have wronged me that I will tell you privately I will go off on. But I would easily accept their apology and I would easily move past it, as opposed to me then standing up for myself and going, no, fuck you. That apology, you fucked me. I won't accept. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think, first of all, I mean, the first thing you said was like, is this something you can work through in therapy? So my question was, have you talked about this in therapy before?
Yeah,
but I feel like it's something that is perfect for it.
But it's almost like I want to say you get taught it as a child, and then all of a sudden you like get into these self-fulfilling prophecies where in a weird way, I don't know if it's like if you seek those people out and you surround yourself by people.
Oh, I see what you mean.
I go, and look, my dad was an amazing dad. He still is an amazing dad. He gave me a lot of great qualities. I have to say that only because that makes it sound like a bad dad. But like he told me, you kill it under pressure, which I don't know if it was real or not, but I love pressure now because of that. And so like all of a sudden I love pressure. I love being put in a pressure situation. I love getting a big long read in front of a lot of people and doing it live. I love that shit. I love it because my dad taught me at a young age, whether it's real or not, when all the chips are on the table, that's when you perform. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I got the shame shit. And then in a weird way, just like I sometimes seek out pressure, I wonder if I seek out those bad people. And so I'm trying to get to like, I don't want to lose who I am and start not getting excited by people, but I would love a little bit of not giving a fuck. Because I think when you give too many fucks, all of a sudden you don't even know what is real anymore.
But this is very deep, but do you think you really give a fuck about some of this stuff? Like, let's say meeting these people, or is it that you feel almost like this, I need to do this for them. Like I feel like when I'm with you and I see you interact with people, that it's almost like an extension, like a kind thing you're doing. Like, I'm going to make this person feel great about whoever they are and what they like. Because you always like are showering the person with like, oh my God, you're amazing. And that's actually a nice thing to do for them, right? It makes them feel like, oh wow, Like you know what you know me from this, you know me from that. It's almost like maybe you want that reciprocated too, right? Like you're kind of balancing it out. You're telling them
maybe I'm doing that to get it back.
maybe, I don't know, but I also feel like what you're saying about like seeking out. I mean, you would have more insight on it from your life, but like it doesn't seem like you're somebody that seeks out these people that will be abusive or confrontational or.
Yeah, but I could name like 3 solid bullies in my life that I've.
But current?
No, not right now.
That's what I'm saying. It's like you know, some of this is also like a evolving life process.
Okay.
Because I've been around a bully that you've been around before too, but it's like
2 of them.
But you've moved on.
I have moved on.
So I would say that if that were a thing, it'd be
but
like
that took me a long time, and you know that.
Right,
There was a
but-
period of times where you wouldn't answer my call because you're like, I know what this is about.
That's not true.
I know there was. I know there was.
No,
I know there was.
but I'm saying that
I
like
remember hearing you exhale one time when I started, and I was like, I'm doing this too often.
I don't think so. But I'm saying, wouldn't you commend yourself for the fact that I just asked you who's like that now? And you're like, well, there's nobody like that now. So that's like,
I'm pretty insulated, though. I've gotten pretty insulated. I'm a little bit like Hitler. I'm pretty insulated.
There really are so many similarities between you and him. But, but yeah, you have your own bubble, right?
Yeah.
That you travel with, but then everybody does also. It's not like just you.
Yeah.
You think you're making yourself feel too safe? Is that?
Because ultimately you've gotten these same people that I would say that were, I'll use bully as a broad term.
Yeah.
So I think I think they leverage your friendship into unhealthy places. Is that the fair way to say it?
Sure.
But you've been friends with these exact people too. And so I was always like, I felt like I was drawn to them. You were around them too. You've kind of distanced yourself, but you've distanced yourself in like you were the first one to be like, fuck that guy.
Yeah, because I think it's normal in life to run into toxic people. Like that's just part of life. There's part of life if you are, participating in life, society, friendships, business. You're gonna meet some.
What kind of people do you gravitate towards? Do you find where you go? You know what? Like, where's your hiccup? Like, where's the thing that I want to find the broken part of you?
Oh, come on. You know what's broken about
Well, I know the broken parts, but no, like what's the thing where you go, how come I always have fucking...
Oh. I mean, I've gotten so much better at this thing.
Yeah.
Which is I used to feel a certain way and be unhappy with like somebody, whether it's personal or professionally, and I just suck it up. And I just go, I guess that's what I deserve, right? That's what and the difference now is like right away when I go, oh man, this sucks, like personally or professionally, I just go, I'm not going to do this. So it's really like, if you want to strip it down to its basics, it's acknowledging that you feel a certain way and saying it, as opposed to going, man, I feel this way and I'll just keep feeling this way. That's
what I do.
Well, but that's the work, right? Because I don't know that comes, I don't know if it's fair to say that comes completely naturally to anyone. I think it's learned or taught and worked on. Like I had to work on it.
Did Push help you like see things?
Yeah, she's good. I mean, because she's done a lot of work in that regard too.
She's really good. I feel like she's done more work than, like, her and Leanne have done more work than me and you have done.
But I mean, for me, I would say, I credit also, like it's great that she definitely would observe, like more observe me than like whatever my situation is. She's like, well, you're clearly feeling this way. But I also would say that therapy, that's why I think therapy is fantastic.
Yeah.
That's why I would, when you're saying all these things, I'm like, this just is like perfect for you to dive, but to dive.
I wonder if people are listening and going like, "Ah, yeah, I."
There's definitely people relating to this.
You think so?
1,000%.
Bert and Tom and Bert. One goes topless while the other wears a shirt. Tom tells stories and Bert's the machine. There's not a chance in hell that they'll keep it clean. Here's what we call two bears, one cave.